everyone. This is the Tell and Grow Your Business show, and I'm muted at Debowale. Again, on the program today, as always, I've got a very distinguished guest, and we're going to be talking about the power of goal setting as a family. This is going to be really huge. I've got so many people asking questions about how can I balance my time and family and do as a mom. My guest today is Laura Helen Herbert. She's got so much to tell us about how to balance your time and be the best mom you want to be, the best partner you want to be, and a successful businesswoman. Okay, Laura is the living example of freedom, and she is an ultimate entrepreneur. She is absolutely fantastic. She has huge passion in helping a lot of women create their books, and she also does strategic coaching. She's awesome. You're going to enjoy this. Laura, I'm going to give it to you now. Exactly what do you do and how do you come about being in business and being an ultimate awesome mom?
Wow, firstly, thank you. What an introduction. That was awesome. Thank you very much. Woo. So what got us into business? Okay, so before we had the kids, we had the normal kind of, we worked hard, we played hard, I just did the normal kind of job thing. And then one day we opened our eyes to the possibility of passive income and creating your own company. It was actually the book Rich Dad Poor Dad that sparked it all. And we started trying to create business ideas online. So we were both, me and my hubby, were both mechanics by trade. Car mechanics, how crazy is that? So we designed newtyresquick.com. So we would sell tyres straight direct to the customers, especially for parents and mummies, because they kind of get ripped off typically in a garage. So we were trying to cut out that the mechanic with the ooh kind of situation and give them nice teeth they can go and get fitted. So that was our first jump into entrepreneurial. Planned to have a baby. We did it all very lovely and beautifully and well planned. And I had a year's worth of salary saved so I could stay home with him. It was going to be perfect. And at 7 months pregnant, we found out about a little girl who was in a horrendous situation. She was only 3. She couldn't talk. She didn't know her own name. And we had to rehab. And just to do the right thing, we brought her home. Her name is Tegan, Helen. Oh, our baby girl. Years we battled this illegal adoption, cost us tens of thousands, got us so deep into debt, it completely changed our whole world. So on the one hand, we had these 2 amazingly beautiful children, and on the other hand, we were living well above our means, which wasn't that we were, it was all these legal fees and all these extras. We'd planned for 1 child and came home with 2. Woohoo! When we go in, we go all in. So it was all about finding another way, thinking outside the box, and digging ourselves out of debt. That's why we really got passionate about this journey.
Oh, this is really awesome. I mean, like you said, the family has gone through challenges, yet you have worked together to overcome the challenges. So, as you're growing your business, how did you manage, these challenges and continue your entrepreneurial journey?
So we faced many challenges. I think the key is the goal setting. So we talk about this a lot in our books. So to start with, my hubby's out, he's working his job, working hard. I'm at home selling things on eBay, taking things off Amazon, selling them on eBay, selling things we had. We're all just trying to make money with no set goals, with no actual plan. So we were all just trying to be better with no actual goal. As soon as we realised this, we all came together and we're like, okay, we need to set a goal. Otherwise, it's like the GPS thing. You can either just drive round and round and round, getting completely lost, or you can have a destination, you pop it in, and you go straight there.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
We were doing this to just go and get this done. So we all sat down, wrote down our goals. I mean, our children were like 4 and 7 at the time, so their goals were much more fun and simple than ours. Whereas ours were like, we need to get out of debt, we need to create this impact. And to start with, we were about just trying to survive. And then when we brought it together with the children, our little girl was like, I want to help more kids, I want to impact kids. Just like me, every kid deserves to be happy, safe and loved. Let's help families do this. My little boy, he fell in love with elephants and rhinos. For their It was like, I want to make money so I can save rhinos and elephants and blah, 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 blah. And they were all about contribution. And it was kind of a wake-up call for us as the parents. Like, we learned so much from our children. We were like, okay, we are doing this wrong. So we kind of changed our whole business around, and it became about helping others. And with the whole book publishing side of things, it's incredible because each publisher we have has a completely different audience to us. And by helping them reach more people, that helps us help more people, and it helps them help more people we couldn't normally reach. Actually started setting goals, life just became amazing.
I mean, this is really, really awesome. So you mean that everybody had to come together in the family and say, okay, this is what we want to do. And then you invited the kids in. Like when you were doing that, what actually, what prompted that in the first place? Because I know so many people wouldn't do that. It's, and you said it's really helped you. It was a game changer. So what prompted it in the first place?
So we homeschool all children, and we go to a lot of events, especially the year we were trying to learn and grow. We went to a lot of events, and we'd take our children, and a lot of them have the loud music and stuff, so they'd have their ear defenders on, they'd have comics and books and little activities. They could sit quietly on the floor beside us, crack on with their activities while we sat and just tried to take in all we could and learn this knowledge. And then it happened one weekend, Dave couldn't get out of work, so I went just with the kids, and when we came back, I was like, oh, you missed so much. And I paused. I must have had to do something. And then our youngest, our 4-year-old, he laid out pretty much the entire event to Daddy. So I think he sat there with his headphones on, not a care in the world, colouring in, taking all this information in. They just get this as pure content. It's all they know. So our kids are pure entrepreneurs. The things they get out of events is incredible. And they have a whole different perspective on things. When we, how people normally ask their kids what they want to be, we always said, what's the big challenge in the world that you want to help solve, and we'll work towards that, rather than what you want to be. And their thinking, their outside of the box logic, it just is incredible. So to bring them on board, we get pure heart and passion. We'll be thinking, we need to do this, but how could we do this? And they'll throw some crazy, fun, silly idea out there. And even if it's not the answer, it will then lead to us thinking differently. Biggest thing I find with parents is they think they have to know it all before they teach, which is the biggest lie parents tell themselves. If you learn and grow together, it's the most powerful process. And the kids, they even take on more and they learn faster than we do. We world school, so language is an incredible example. Go out to play for half an hour with kids in that culture and that language, and they instantly overtake us. Because it's done through fun and play and wanting to know, and they want to do it, and it's fun and there's no pressure. They're just playing, and they totally beat us every time.
Wow. That is really fantastic. Yes, you talked about world schooling your children, taking them with you every time you travel. What actually inspired it? Was it your business that inspired that, or was the world schooling inspired your business? Which one affected the other, or what prompted?
So we always wanted to homeschool. We were passionate about that.
Okay.
Because of the debt and the situation we'd got into, we thought we'd never going to world school, to be honest. When most people have a TV, we never had TV with our kids. We had a big world map, and we'd put little post-it notes and stuff where we want to go, why we want to go. So it was always a focus since we had the kids to eventually world school. And the debt issues is what prompted it, if I'm honest, because where we were living at basic cost, no TV light, couldn't have cut our expenses anymore. Yet our outgoings were still higher than our income, no matter what we were doing at the time. And it actually worked out. It's just crazy. I love the guys that created Airbnb, because it actually worked out a lot cheaper to go stay in an Airbnb in London. Hubby moved offices from where we were in Cornwall up to London, so his pay goes up because we're in London, and we're in Airbnb where all the bills are included, so our price went right down. So it was all, to start with, it was just about trying to cut costs and get that balance back. And then we were working hard on our business, creating books, getting new clients. It was getting really exciting. But trying to homeschool, and then all evening I'd try and work with the clients. It was really great because most of my clients are in America, so time zones, it meant I could work through the night and it's daytime for them. Woo! Global businesses. I love it. And then one day we were like, okay, Daddy, I need you in the business. Let's make us rich instead of making your boss rich. And we bit the bullet. We flew to Spain, and that was our going for it. And we've just not looked back since. And we've been out to Florida, Tegan, our daughter, got invited as a guest to Tony Robbins' event, Date with Destiny. So we flew out to Florida. We've done all over the US and Costa Rica. My nan was in Wales. We came back to France. We did the UK for a little bit. And we're currently out in Romania because the kids wanted a white Christmas.
Oh, that is really, really beautiful. So exactly, is it just creating books for people? Is that what you do basically now, or do you have other businesses you do? I know your business something to do with family.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the family business. Can you shed more light about that? Yeah.
So the reason we got into books was because our daughter wrote a book when she was 7 called Money for Kids. She now has 5 books on Amazon. Our 4-year-old, who's now 6, has a book series of 8 books on Amazon. And we have our books. And it took us a while to step back to what we really wanted to do, because that for us at the time was creating a big impact for people and creating the income we needed to get back on balance. 2 years later, we've cleared off all that legal debt. Woo, woo, woo. Whilst travelling the world, spending every day with our children. We're forever family, forever free. Look, there's our cheesy picture. My beautiful family, look. So we hold events, seminars, online courses. We have our books where we teach people goal setting as a family is one of them. Okay, so with goal setting, we do it as a part of our event. And what we do is we send the parents to one side of the room and the kids to the other side of the room, and they write out their dreams, like what their big goals are in life. And it's really funny how it comes out. So the parents put new house, new car, I want bigger holidays, I want a hot tub in the garden. And they go and create this great list they get really excited about. And then the kids go and create their lists. And when we bring them together, we let the parents go first, purposely. And they say they want all this stuff. The kids get up and speak, and then the kids are like, I want to spend more time with my mum, have us all family dinner time, I want to be able to help daddy wash the car, help mummy cook the dinner. And the kids just want all this time and love, and they just want to be with their parents and with their family. And to watch the parents kind of go, we're looking at this all wrong. Like, it's a really incredible experience, and it wakes the parents up that the kids don't need the stuff. They just want you. We find that a really powerful process. And then when they do get their goals, even if their goals aren't all aligned as a family, if you know why daddy's working late, if you know why mummy's out at events, you understand why they're doing it, then you can get on, you're aligned and you're connected. The reason we really got into the family side of things is because we started meeting really successful people. And the moment they hit success, their partner was filing for divorce and the kids were gone. The family is their biggest why, yet they don't tell them that. Because they're not making time for their family. They're missing the ballet recitals, the football matches, because they're hustling hard. They've got business meetings, they've got events. So the kids feel they're pushed aside. The partner feels like they don't care. Really, they're doing it all for them. Just by communicating that can make a huge impact on a family.
Wow, this is really, really wonderful. I mean, teaching all these values, these are things that can not just make, you become successful as an individual, as a business person, it also unites the family. And, basically, sometimes that's one of the greatest essence that we do have, as people. Wow, that is really, really awesome. Helping people with all these values and, helping them achieve their dreams, bringing families together. What would you say, is your biggest win so far?
I think our biggest win, every few events, we get that one couple where one's dragged the other one along. They don't really want to be there. They're close to the end of the relationship. They're not knowing what to do. Maybe they've come just for advice on how to politely separate. And just by doing these few threes, we normally do it in 3 steps. So we get them to play all out. We're like, you can engage full on just for a day. And they do, and they get playful and they have fun, and then they're back on track. And then you see them a year later and they're celebrating another anniversary, and a year later, and just to know that one little thing that they've got, it's different for everybody, which thing that really helps them. But just being heard and listening to each other, the way it can change a relationship and change family dynamics, oh my gosh, it's so powerful and so rewarding.
Wow, that is really great. I mean, so what would you say is your the mindset that you started with, because you doing all of these wonderful things, helping people change their life, shape their business. And when you started out with your challenges. What was that mindset that kept you going? I mean, to get you where you are today, what was that mindset like?
It was just to never give up. Fail fast and fail forward. No matter how small, just keep moving forward. Because while we were battling the adoption, struggling financially, I lost my father. 3 weeks later, I lost my grandfather. When we say challenges, like, it doesn't rain, it pours, right? And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But every day, no matter how hard, and we had some testing times, it's just keep moving forward. Even if it's baby steps and you feel like you're doing a 3-step forward, 2-step back, you have to keep going. And once we gave up the house, because we don't have a home base, we literally gave it all up. We have a carry-on size case each, that's it, because we're a minimalistic family. We travel full-time. When people say burn the boats, we've done that. We have no boats left. We are so done. It literally is not an option now. Like, what would failure be? We can't go home. So we kind of have no choice but to keep going, to keep growing, to keep making a bigger impact. So the whole burn the boats, people say, oh yeah, I burnt the boats, so I went all in because I quit my job. Quit your job. We quit the jobs, we have no house, we have no home. Like, we went so all in, it was kind of, we border on, are they crazy or are they really clever? Are they super brave? It's just having that mindset of you can do anything. And if you're in your purpose, things happen. You're helping and making an impact. When it's not about the money, it's about the service. Things happen like magic. Miracles happen every day.
That is really, really wonderful. That is really, really good. You know, a lot of people talk about success, just like you have described in your story. So to you, what would success really, really mean? How would you define success?
Success is living your dream, which is different for everybody. So for me, oh my gosh, after years of these crazy times and crazy challenges, we now spend every day playing, learning and growing with our children. We've created our businesses, so we either work in the evenings or we're doing events together as a family where we get to light up and just, to see our kids light up and just sharing and having giggles and joining in all these other families. And the impact we're making, our statement is making family important. If we're so out there, if we're so crazy and over the top, we're hoping that makes people feel they have that bit more permission to be a bit more playful with their kids, to take the time to go spend with their children more. We think if we're such the extreme example, we're hoping that it will make people dip their toe in the pool and try it out.
Lovely, really wonderful. I mean, yeah, now let's talk about the children, you know, with their schooling, actually. You say you world school them. How do they do with academics? How do they learn? Do you teach them? Are you their teacher? Do you hire a teacher for them online? How do you go about that?
So we do something called unschooling, which means we don't do curriculum. We don't do sit-down study sessions. We don't do any of that. We get out in nature, we explore, we play. When they ask a question, we really answer that question. Our favourite places is libraries. When I take my kids to the libraries, they're the kids that get told off for being noisy because they're like, whoa, as they run to the kids section of the library. We love things, discovering, exploring. Kids are still, but they're still young, it's still fun. To actually cottoned on about a year after she'd been taken out of school. And one day she's looked at me and went, you're teaching me through play, aren't you? And I thought, like, I'm like, I have. Should we go back to sitting at a table like school? Found that out. She actually asked even more questions and she asked better questions and we can go deeper into it. So it's fun, it's natural. People are like, oh my God, how do your kids learn to count? Well, when they're a toddler and you're walking down the stairs, you go 1, 2. It's all silly, fun, playful stuff. They don't even realise they're learning. And when they do, they really ask amazing questions, detailed and clear. And what's amazing is they have such a passion for learning. Their imagination is still alive. They want to learn. They want to know this stuff, which means they retain it. They're not it's not crammed in their head for a month. They sit a test and they can forget it all.
How does it affect their social interaction with people of their age, their peers? Do you think it affects them, or will it affect them later on in life? What do you think about that? Having them with you all through almost 24/7 every time. How would you say that will affect their social interaction later on in life?
I love that question. It's the most common question that homeschoolers get asked. They get sat in the same group with the same age, with the same ability of children, all the way through school. Yet then they're supposed to be socialised. Our kids can speak to and play with kids their own age. They can play with babies. They can play with older kids. My kids could hold a conversation with you and have an interview just like this. Like, my kids are like really out there. So when we go to big events, from babies to elderly grandparents, like everyone in between. So I think their social skills are incredible. And because they learn all this outside the box thinking, to watch them with their friends, it's so incredible. And because we go to different cultures and languages, not only are they socialised with body language and being expressive, they learn the languages a lot quicker through play. So socially, I think it's incredible. I wish I had it. I used to be so shy and timid at school. Like, you wouldn't know it now, would you?
Yeah. So do they have friends of their own?
They do. They have friends worldwide and that they keep in touch with. They can do video calls with. And then they have all their cousins back home.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have cousins in other countries. And then everywhere we go, we purposely try and book places that have families and have children so they can get out there and mix and it's incredible. Their life is just, I'm so happy.
Okay. I mean, that is really beautiful because a lot of people asked, and a lot of people just want to know about homeschooling and having their kids with them. Okay. So, what would be your key components that you want to talk about to your own success? What were the things that that shifted everything for you? What were the specifics that shifted things for you, basically?
I think self-belief's a big one, especially for mummies. We do everything, we just take it all on. We don't expect thanks. We just get it all done. That people don't always realise how good they are at things. People don't realise they don't have that self-belief in the beginning. Like, it took me a while to work through this because I would just do everything. Mine, for me, actually, was when Tegan first said, "Mummy, can I speak too?" Because I'm a speaker. She asked to have a go, so I let her. Pooh, she blew up. It went crazy. And then I had a line of people just like, "How are you doing this? What you've done is incredible." And it's like, wow, actually, if we look back on our journey, what we did do was incredible. So it's having that pure self-belief. And I think a coach is a big part to play. I had many expensive lessons in this area of hiring the wrong coach. So I think the key is to find someone who is doing now what you want to do and have them coach you. Not someone who's really great at selling you their coaching services. Because if they're not relatable, if you're a mummy with kids and you're training from someone who hasn't got kids, they've got this great, awesome lifestyle, it's not alignment. You're not going to get what you need from that relationship. So I think a good coach, the right coach, is someone who's already done what you want to do.
Okay. Good. So what would be your best advice for a mum struggling right now to get their business to where they want to be, basically with balancing their business, getting much more money and being with their children or giving their children the best, even if they can't give them homeschooling, giving them the best of time and, everything that a mum wants to give a kid, what would be your best advice for that?
I think it's properly separating the two. So when you're with your kids, you're with your kids. You're completely present and you're there in the moment. No social media, no phones beeping. When you have yours, even if it's just an hour a day that you read stories at night or work with their homework, you need to have that time where you're one-on-one. It's you and them. They know they have you completely there and present. Because I think a lot of people try and do the whole juggling thing and do it all. No one feels seen to. I think it's really separating the two. We created business purposely to have a free day and work in the evening. Did it take a bit longer to create because we did it that way? Absolutely. But we have the internet, World Wide Web. You can work whatever time you want.
That is really awesome, because a lot of people say, I want to work at home. I want to be, I mean, it's not really being at home or working at home that makes you be with your child or your children. I mean, it's dedicating that time to your children and doing those specific things that children want to do with them. Thank you very much. That's a really, really good one. Okay. So when you're going, what are the things that you have right now currently running? What are the gifts you have for us, that you want to share with us? Or let's put it this way, before we get there, what are your favorite books? I know you do books yourself. You write books, you help people write books, and you help them to, become great in what they do. But what are your own favorite books that you read, recommendations, resources, that you can recommend for people to use, for business women who want to look after their children and be successful in their business? What are the resources you want to recommend for them to use?
Okay, so my first biggest game changer was Awaken the Giant Within, Tony Robbins. Absolute huge fan of that guy. Can't thank him enough for the changes he's made to us and our family. Another one is Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. If you can't close a sale, you're not in business. And he kind of shifts your mindset on. When you shift the mindset, you're always selling or you're always being sold to, every single conversation. And he breaks it down in a really great way, where it's building relationships, getting the sale, ask for the deal, just ask. Like, it's really great for the sales, because I think most people have amazing products, amazing services, but if you can't sell it, you don't have a business. If you can't put food on the table. So that's another one I really like. And one I enjoy just for fun, to be in that kind of mummy environment, is Girl Wash Your Face, which is Rachel Hollis. That's a fun audible. She probably has a book too, but I listen to it on Audible. I like that. It's just very relatable for mummies. It's a super fun read, and she helps you make a few shifts.
Beautiful. There's so much. Thank you so very much for all these beautiful hints that you've given. Okay. So, I was going to talk about your book. So who do you specifically help to write a book? Is it moms all over the world, or any mom who wants to write a book, any woman who wants to write? Who do you help to get, into book writing?
So we are the Uber for book writers for entrepreneurs. We help entrepreneurs create a book. We help them market it. We get them really out there as the go-to expert. We help them create mass sales before they've even launched the book, make an impact and reach lots of people. So we help them really get out there, make a huge reach, and actually impact people. So they're instantly got the authority. Author is authority. So even people that are quite new in business, if you've got a book and you're out there, you're a best-selling author, you're out there making an impact straight away, it can transform a business. If it's your personal journey that you're sharing, it makes your clients feel like they know you. People come asking you for questions. They talk to you like they know you. They feel a closeness. So they're already warm markets. So when you want to try and upsell them or offer services or products, they're on board, because people buy you, not your product or your service.
That's very true.
Yeah, so what's special about our service is it's you speak, we create. So people flow with what they know, and then we help them create the content, which is really helpful if English isn't their first language, or they're not writers, or we make it happen really quick. And with us, it's not a book. It's about creating you as a best-selling author, not just a book. Anyone can write a book. We want to make you a best-selling author.
Okay. That is really awesome. So how long does it take typically for an entrepreneur to sign up with you and write and begin and finish their book?
So it can vary depending on the person. We've had one person that says, I want to write a book, I've got this deadline, and we went from an idea to best-selling author in 14 days. And then the average is between 60 and 90 days. And then we have a few people that take a bit longer, depending on people's diary and commitment.
Okay, lovely. I mean, that is really lovely. So apart from you helping people to get their books out, entrepreneurs get their book out, you also hold your seminars, your workshops, your training. What are this training about? Is it just about writing a book and launching a book?
We have online courses for that. We're now really trying to focus on parent and coaching. So we're trying to help coach parents, like you say, with the work-time balance. I'm trying to do this for my kids and they hate me. No. Just be present. And so we're really trying to get into that, the parent entrepreneur, mums and dads. Like, we just want to help them grow and keep their family time. Because so many people end up, if they get the success, their family's gone. So we're trying to help them get the balance, both grow together. We love coaching and working with parents.
That is good. If they get the success, their family is gone. So what's the point? Why are they doing all of that? I mean, if you're going to lose your family after becoming successful, okay, lovely. So where can people find you? You know, I mean, a lot of people want to write books. A lot of people want to excel in the business, have this luxury of the time and the money that they always wanted, you know. So how do people find you? How will they find you? You know, because you've got all these wonderful services. A lot of people will want to know, how can we get you? How can we get hold of you?
So if you search Forever Family, Forever Free, and we're Forever Family, Forever Free on Facebook. So you drop us a message and we'll get personally in touch. And that can be for any of the services. It's all umbrellaed under our Forever Family, Forever Free.
Okay, so it's Forever Family, Forever Free. I mean, that is really, really good. Okay, so let's put it to an end. What is your one word for somebody who actually, you know, really, really struggling right now? You know, they are in some sort of dead end. They don't know, they're confused. They don't know how to go about things. And they're almost quitting. What would you say to them?
You got this. You are smarter than you think. You are stronger than you know. Have self-belief. Take a bubble bath. Make time for you. Then come back to the drawing board. A fresh pair of eyes, a fresh mind with some pure, clean energy because you've made time for you. Try again. Never give up. The only way you can fail is by quitting. So don't quit.
Thank you so very much, Laura. This has been really eye-opening and really insightful. Thank you for coming on the show. Okay, so we're going to be ending the Tell and Grow Your Business show today. If you do have questions about parenting coaching, strategic coaching, doing your books, writing your books in as little as 14 days, 60 days, then Laura Helen is the person to go to.